What's up, everyone? And today I'm bringing a deck profile on my windups. Now, windups is a very interesting archetype that, kind of in a similar way as Morphtronics, can change their battle positions and they gain different effects depending on what position they're in. Although in the windups case, they change themselves to a defense position to activate their effects. I guess they're more closer to digital bugs than they are to Morphtronics, but it's a very cool archetype. Even has a card banned because it caused a loop. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel because 90% of the people watching this video are not subscribed. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up, I run 3 Wind-Up Rat. Wind-Up Rat is, in my opinion, easily the strongest card in the deck. During your main phase, you can target one Wind-Up monster in your graveyard, change this face-up attack position card you control to face-up defense position, and special that target in face-up defense position. So, let's say you have 2 of them on the build. You could just change the defense position, special summon a wind-up, then you can use the other one to special summon another one. So you got a lot of grave summoning through the use of Wind-Up Rat. I also run 3 Wind-Up Bat. Bat, you can target one wind-up monster in your graveyard, change this face-up attack position card you control to face-up defense position, and if you do, add that target to your hand. So this can add them from your graveyard back to your hand. I also run 3 Wind-Up Shark. Shark, when a wind-up monster is normal special summoned to your side of the field, you special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn you can activate one of these effects, increase this card's level by 1, or decrease this card's level by 1. So with this one you can essentially go into rank 3s and 5s, although you're not really going to use that last effect. You mainly use it for its effect to summon from the hand, because the wind-ups, the one thing they do struggle with is getting monsters on the field, because aside from Shark and Rat, there's no special summoning with the wind-up monsters. Not to mention Wind-Up Shark is a water level 4. Then you know where that goes. I also run 3 Wind-Up Magician. Wind-Up Magician, if the effect of a wind-up monster is activated except Magician, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower wind-up monster from your deck to your face-up defense position. Oh yeah, I forgot. That one also special summons, although the one thing with Wind-Up Magician is, unfortunately, it doesn't really come up as often. Like in practice, I don't think I used this effect once. I don't know, maybe it's just because I haven't done it. I also run 3 Wind-Up Kitten. Kitten, you can target one monster your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. And this effect can only be used once while this card is faced upon the field. That's what pretty much all of them have, is that you can only use that effect once while they're faced upon the field. So if you send it to the grave and summon it back, you can use it again. So Wind-Up Kitten is kind of like your going second option. Also run the 1 Wind-Up Hunter, known more famously for the Wind-Up Loop or Wind-Up Block. You can attribute 1 face-up Wind-Up monster except Hunter. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Honestly, I've actually considered cutting this card down because this doesn't really come up too much now that the carrier is banned. Also run the 1 Wind-Up Rabbit. Quick effect, you can target 1 Wind-Up monster you control. Banish it until your next standby phase. This one I mainly have just for the fact that it is a wind-up monster. In some cases, all you really need is a wind-up monster. I run the 3 Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is easily one of the best beast support monsters in the entirety of the game. You send this face-up card from your side of the field to the graveyard, special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast type monsters from your deck to your field, which Rat and Kitten are both beast. It's surprising that Rat's a beast. I would have think he was maybe like Machine or, well, not Beast. Doesn't really strike you as Beast. I also run 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring for my hand trap, as well as a Dark Magician and a Red as Black Dragon for Dragoon plays. Moving on to the spells, I run 3 Wind-Up Factory. Once per turn, if the effect of a wind-up monster is activated, you can add 1 level 4 or lower wind-up monster from your deck to your hand. So most oftentimes you want to get your Wind-Up Shark with this. I also run 3 Zen Malfunction. I honestly don't remember if I put this in my last Wind-Up deck profile, but Zen Malfunction is definitely a key card in a basic Wind-Up combo. So the Link monster, Zen Maintenance, has an effect. When it's Link summoned, you can add 1 Wind-Up card from your deck to your hand. What you want to do is add the Zen Malfunction. Zen Malfunction, you can target 1 wind-up monster in your graveyard, special summon in a face-up defense position, but its effects are negated, and it cannot be attributed or used as synchro material. So you'd usually want to get the Rat, then you can use Zen Maintenance second effect To banish one face-up wind-up monster you control face down, special summon one monster from your deck with the same name. So essentially, this rat will be in defense and you can replace it with another rat that will be in face-up in attack position. Then you can use this effect. So it's a way to basically use wind-up rat's effect a second time. I run 3, double summon. One thing I noticed with wind-ups, there are a lot of hands too where sometimes one summon is really all you can get. Like you may have a hand with, let's say the only 2 wind-ups you have are bat and rat. You summon rats and that's really all you can do. You're just stuck at that point because there's nothing else you can do. So double summon is definitely really helpful because you can at least get that second wind-up on the field to go into Zen Maintenance, search out the Zen Malfunction, and then basically reuse rat to special summon the bat. Then you can just have an Apollousa. Yeah, so that Zen Maintenance is basically a 1-card Apollousa, assuming you have rat in the grave and another wind-up. But you'd have to have those 2 to actually get into the monster in the first place. I also run 3, Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice, you can target 5 monsters in your graveyard, then add them to the deck and draw 5 cards. This is good for draw power. Originally I was thinking Pot of Prosperity, but after building the extract I realized there's not really much I can stand off of Prosperity. Like there's so many cards that I actually use and go through. That Avarice is just better, and you can build up the grave pretty easy in this deck. I also run the 1 Monster Reborn because Monster Reborn is just a good card all around. The 1 for 1 because Bat is a level 1. The 1 Red Eyes Fusion for Dragoon plays. And moving on to the traps, I run the 1 Zen Myark. Zen Myark can target 1 face-up level 4 or lower wind-up monster you control. Return that target to the hand, then special summon 1 wind-up monster from your hand with the same level as the returned monster. Moving on to the extra deck. I run 2 wind-up Zen Maintenance. Zen Maintenance is easily one of the best cards in this deck, and I think it's actually one of the most recent cards for this deck. If I'm correct, not 100% sure. As I've stated before, if it's link summon, you can add a wind-up card, and then you can also banish 1 face-up wind-up monster you control. Face down, special summon 1 monster from your deck with the same name. It's good for if you want to recycle your rat. I run the 1 Salamangreat Almirage. There's several times, as I said before, sometimes you only have the summon of 1 monster. So if you have the Zen Malfunction and let's say a rat, you can basically normal the rat, go into Almirage, use the Zen Malfunction to grab rat back, and then you can just go into Verte Anaconda. I also run, as I said, Verte Anaconda for Dragoon. The 1 Nightmare Unicorn. I don't run IP in this, as well as an Apollousa and an Access Code to basically round out my link plays. Now for XYZ, I run the 1 Wind-Up Zenmanes. Zenmanes, if this face-up card on the field will be destroyed, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card instead. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Not a very good effect. The main reason you run it is so you can basically just take your 2 rats, go right into Zenmanes, and then into another card that we will see later on down the road, and then into Zeus. I also run the 1 Wind-Up Zenmeister. This card gains 300 attack for each XYZ material attached to this card. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, target 1 face-up monster you control, change it to face-down defense position, and during the end phase of this turn, change it to face-up attack position. Basically, just another wind-up monster, wind-up XYZ monster. I run the 1 Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark, once per turn, you detach 1 XYZ material from this card, special summon a rank 3 or level 4, rank 3 or lower XYZ monster from your extra deck. And thankfully, Shark is a water monster. So if you have 2 sharks on the field, basically you can just use Bahamut Shark to grab you 1 of your 2. Totally Awesome, because Totally Awesome is just a very powerful card, basically being able to negate anything. And then you can steal the card that you negated. So, next I run the 1 Downward Magician. Downward Magician, during your main phase 2, you can XYZ summon this card by using a rank 3 or lower XYZ monster you control. Okay, you can use your Wind-Up Zenmanes. So the one advantage to running Zenmanes, you can just have a better Zeus. I also run the 1 Zeus, as I mentioned before, and also the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon to round out the extra deck. So what do you think of Wind-Ups? Do you think it's pretty cool? Do you think Carrier should come back? You know, Ban Hunter, bring back Carrier to 3? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.